Hey, good morning, everybody. Look, welcome to the Lioness Den. Uh, I am Lydia, your host, as you know, and we are live here on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Instagram. We are live, and we want you to come and join us uh, in this live today. So, look, let's do as we always do. Of course, I have my phone here. I hope you have your phone there. Let's go ahead and invite someone to join us here on the Lioness Den. So, look, I am going and right now I'm going to try to because every time I always do it, I come on and I forget to make sure that my phone is muted so that when I'm trying to invite people, I can invite them quietly. So today, I'm pretty sure I'm muted. I'm going to invite them quietly. So come on, go with me. Go to your page and let's always do it. I come on and again. See, I told y'all I do it every time. But let's start inviting some folk to this live because we have an amazing topic today, and we want to get everybody in the room. We want them to come in. We want them to be a part of this discussion. We want them to just see that it's time for us to solidify our goals for the year, because if you have been paying any attention to the lives I do on Monday, we've been talking about our goals. Well, now it's time for us to actually, we should be working on those goals. But look, because a lot of times we don't get there when we want to get there, I want us to be able to go ahead and have this chance with a professional. I'm big on invite the professional in the room. So as usual, there is a professional in the house today. And she's here to share with us. And we're actually sharing together today. Look, see, I said it, we're sharing together today. So we're sharing on goals and how to reach our goals. And that is the goal. It's kind of funny. So look, I hope you have a sense of humor. We have a sense of humor here at the Lioness Den, and I hope that you have a sense of humor where you are. This is the beginning of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I pray that this year has started off amazing for you. I'm still inviting people. It takes me a second to get it all done, but I'll be there in 1 second. But I hope this year has been amazing for you. That's what I'm saying. I hope you started this year off right. I hope that all that you have put into place at the end of last year, or as you were going along last year, working on your goals, I hope that this year you are in it already, that we are not starting from scratch, but we are just continuing where we stopped last year. We have prioritized and made something move. We are not stagnant. We're not sitting in the same place, but we are moving forward to what is ahead. So invite somebody. I just did it. I invite a whole bunch of people. I hope you're inviting people, and I hope you're ready to getting in, setting the tone for a purpose-driven year. With that being said, let's go into the Lioness Den. Hey, good morning, everyone. Look, we have a power packed hour today. So, as always, I am encouraging you to grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's get ready for this amazing uh, discussion on setting the tone for a purpose driven year. Look, good morning, LA. I am extremely happy that we have made it back another year. As I said before, Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year. We say New Year's, but it's Happy New Year. This is a new year for us. And I hope for real this year that you have made a plan for what you're going to do. But guess what? If you haven't, that's why we're here today. We're going to talk about making that plan. We're going to talk about setting our goals. We're going to talk about what it takes to get there. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others our dream coach, the lady who helped me to start doing what I do. She is amazing, and I just need to introduce you to her and step aside. So, without further ado, I want to introduce some and present to others Miss Adrienne Hollimon.
Good
Morning,
morning, good
Adrienne.
morning, good morning. You
How
almost
are
caught me
you?
playing with the phone. I'm doing well.
Good.
I was
Look,
following instructions. I was inviting people. So
hey, that inviting thing is huge because you're sitting there and you're working and you're like, and it's like, how many people can I invite fast enough? And my fingers don't move fast enough, but I gotta get it done, and I want people to come on and yeah. So
that
look,
piece.
I understand that part right there is the part that gets us all when we're trying to invite people to our lives because you're trying to talk and invite, or you're trying to get ready to come on screen and invite. How are you today, Adrienne?
I am good. I'm doing well. Excited about this new season.
Yes, this is our new season of the Lioness Den. We come on once a month with different topics and ideas and share with everyone. And so I'm excited too, Adrienne. We were talking before we came on, and it's already been an eventful year for us this year.
Already.
Already, look, guys, what do you do when you lose your media file? Ask me. I know now. I lost my media files this week. So you recreate them.
Like,
So that's what I had to do.
oh,
Look, see, you understand,
oh.
Adrienne, because we compile these things. We built a
Years worth.
collection of them, and we custom. And now it's like, oh
Whew.
man, oh man. So I'm at the all man stage today, but we are here, and it is working for us. So I'm going to have you
Can I
introduce yourself.
interject one
And
thing?
yes,
There's a learning moment here. Everybody who does this, go back up your stuff. You
yes,
think you have it
please.
safe in one place? I'm going to back up myself to somewhere else because I just can't imagine.
Oh my gosh. Yes, please back up your stuff. Don't be like me. But no, I'm going to let you introduce yourself really quickly and then we'll get into the topic. Okay.
Sure. So I'm Adrienne Hollimon. I am a transforming life coach. I call myself a dream coach. I help women win. So my whole goal is to help women become who they were created to be and to be their authentic, empowered self without shame and without apology.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm inviting a few more people, Adrienne. So give me one little second here and then
Sure.
I will be there. I have some people that I talked to this week that I told we were going to do this, and I want to make sure that I invite them
Make sure
because
you invite them.
yes, because sometimes
Hey, Miss Ebony, welcome. We miss you.
hey, Ebony, yay, I miss you so much. Look, I'm like a kid sometimes. Y'all excuse me. This is a new year. It's a new me. It is something else, and I'm telling you
That's why
all
I
that
say
it is
I said
like
it's an exciting time. There's so much going on, but the newness of it and the opportunities in it, it's just like, oh my
yes.
God, this is
Good
it.
morning, Selena. Thank you for joining us this morning.
This is
People are coming into the room. So yeah,
hey.
yeah, everybody's coming in. So as a part of our new guys, as a part of our new, I actually did a PowerPoint this year to go through. Look, we're getting more organized. So we're going to go ahead and get our smart goals started here this morning, because that's what we're working on, is we're setting the tone for 2026. And as we set that goal for 2026, we want to make sure that we're going through a organized way, because sometimes we set goals and we're not organized. Is that right? Am I saying that right, Adrienne?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're just not organized. We just set goals. Oh, this is the goal, and this is what we do. Let me say, this is what I have done. I won't talk about everybody else. This is what I've done. I'll set a goal, and I call myself making it smart by making it time bound, but I'm not specific enough on it, or I'm not doing something that's make sure that I reach that milestone when I'm supposed to get there. And so this year, and look, I'm telling my stuff. I'm not gonna tell you stuff, telling my stuff. And so this year, because I want it to be a little more organized, and I am trying to how you say, nail everything down. Because sometimes we leave things in a moving process where everything's just moving around. But I want to make it really nailed down this year. We have this nice little PowerPoint to help us with it. And so we're going to go ahead and start this conversation today about setting our goals, because it says setting goals that work. And I want to say actually work, because that's how I would say it. But sometimes, when you do your spell check, they tell you take out actually, because that's not necessary in a sentence. But anyway, so my original before I did my spell check said actually works. But setting goals that actually work, because a lot of times we set goals and they don't actually work because they're not specific, they're not measurable, they're not achievable, they're not relevant, and they're not time bound. And so that's what smart goals are. If you work any type of job, most of the time they talk about setting smart goals at the beginning of the year or at the end of your first quarter, because if you get a bonus, that's how you get your bonus. Your bonus is around setting smart goals. And so that's what we want to get into today, setting smart goals. So Adrienne and I have been sharing notes. I'm pulling my notes out, Adrienne, because I've noticed that my age now, sometimes I can't see everything on the screen. And so that I will see it properly, I print it out so that I can look at it right in front of me. And so,
and if I do this, I see nothing, okay?
Right. So, well, if I do this, I see everything. That's the thing. Look, so if I do this, I can see everything. Anyway, that's our age talking for us today, guys. So, the first thought is why goals matter. So, goals matter because it gives our lives direction. Without them, we kind of drift around. We're always reacting instead of intentionally moving forward. See, I actually did a whole workup this time. And so a lot of times what happens is we need direction and we think we don't. And Adrienne, please at any time jump in, because you have the same notes that I have today. But we just kind of jump all around with our goals. We say I'm going to go to college, or I'm going to go to college. I'm looking for a new job, even down to a hairstyle. I'm going to change my hair, but we don't do anything intentionally. It's kind of just, we'll get there. I don't know if y'all make that sound. That's the sound I make. It's not that serious. When actually, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You fail to plan, because we don't plan, then we plan to fail. And so we have to be very intentional about what we're doing. When goals are clear, we become more motivated. We make better decisions, and we can actually see and track our progress.
Yes.
So
one Adrienne, of the things I want to Yeah, one of the things I want to add right there is why the clarity matters, right? For the
Mm-hmm.
goal to matter, it has to be in alignment with who you are. For the goal to work, it has to be, as she says on the border, setting the tone for a purpose-driven year. Your goals have to align with who you are. So if I set goals for myself that are aligned with an Olympic runner, well, we know that ain't going to happen because I ain't running no further than the couch, right? That's not who I am. But if I set goals in alignment with coaching and what I want to do for ministry, then I'm going to have a 99.9% chance of completing them because it's clear for me who I am and what I need to be doing or what I'm called to do. And then I can set my goals to align with that. When you don't set them with an alignment, we just go, okay, this is what's going on this year. 2026, they say this is the year of restoration. So I'm just going to restore. What are you restoring? What are you restoring? What does that look like for your life? What does it look like for your
Exactly.
calling? What does it look like for where you're going? So you've got to have the goals for them to matter. They have to be in alignment with who you are. And when they're in alignment with your purpose, then you've got the motivation. Then you've got that energy. Then you have that direction. Go ahead, Lydia.
Yes, definitely. No, that's all. That's what SMART goals are about.
Mm-hmm.
Being aligned with something specific, and specific
Mm-hmm.
means that it is. It is definitely it's centered around who you are. So
Right.
absolutely. Let's go. I'm going to the next slide because I even got a time schedule here today, Adrienne. How many minutes I want to spend on each slide. So next slide. What are SMART goals and what does SMART stand for? So SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Now, this is a really, really big one for us, guys. Say, why is this a big one for us? It's a big one for us because I want you to think about each of these words that make up SMART. Because these words that make up SMART is how we do what Adrienne just was talking about, making it work for us and who we are. So if you are not setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, then you're not really setting yourself up for success.
Success.
A lot of times people will say, when we talk about this at work, they'll say, my manager set me up for failure. When in fact, it is your job to set yourself up. It is your job to say to the manager, hey, manager, this is what I want to do because this is what I believe I'm capable of this year. And then it's their job to give you feedback. Well, maybe I think you are, maybe you aren't. But a lot of times when we set our goals and we don't meet them, and this is not just at work, we are quick to say it's because someone else did not do what I needed them to do. This year, we have to take responsibility for our goals.
It's not about they.
Yes.
It's never the they. And too often we put it on they. They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't help me. They wouldn't give me. That makes you helpless. You are empowered. You only responsible for what you do and what you can do. And you're able to do whatever you say you need to do. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're called to do, you can do it. So they have nothing to do. If they won't give you, then there's another resource that you need to locate.
Exactly. And that is major for us as we move forward, because how do we get to the next if we're stuck on the they? You have to see yourself and you have to see past that. If they is at the forefront of your mind, if they are what you're seeing in your mirror, you have to change your mirror, because when I look in the mirror, I see me. Right. So when I look in the mirror, it's supposed to show me me. It's not supposed to show me they.
Right.
And so if your mirror is showing you they, then I need you to check your mirror. Good morning, Akash. I think that's your name. Thank you for joining us. So that's one thing that we really have to get in as we move forward with setting our goals. We have to move forward with, who do I see in the mirror? and who is responsible for me
Me.
accomplishing my goals. That's me.
Me. It's me.
That's me.
It's
It's
me.
me. Yep. So
And you know what?
let's dive. Oh, go ahead.
When you change your mindset from they won't to I will, it empowers you. They
Yep.
won't make you responsive. You only have to do what they allow you to do. And so you're helpless and you sometimes get hopeless because they aren't coming through. But when you put it into your hands and you take charge of your
Mm-hmm.
life, it's a different feel. You are now
Yep.
empowered. You are powerful, not powerless.
Exactly. And that's the part that we have to remember, that we are powerful. But I'm gonna get to that at the end because that's part of my my advertisement for us this year. You know what I'm talking about, Adrienne. But I want to make sure we get through this real, not quickly, but quick enough. Specific is the first one. So specific means that the goal is clear and focused. And it means that it answers, what exactly do I want? Yes, what exactly do I want? Now, a lot of times, people will tell you, make sure that your prayers are specific. So people, you will hear this. I prayed for my husband. He was tall, dark, handsome. He was light complected, even though I'm saying dark. I don't want him but so dark. I want him to be 6'2". We're very clear about that type of specificity, being specific. Let me just say that. We're very clear about that. Why are we not as clear about, so this year I'm going to go to school. I'm going to start in January. I plan to finish by this time. I'm going to take XYZ class. This year I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to set it at an achievable goal, 2 pounds a month, 1 pound a month. We have to be specific. We have to be exact because that's how we're tracking this progress. Right? I'm planning my meals out. I'm going to do meal prep. This is a big one. I know I've tried this one many times. This is not one that I've done as of yet, but I'm going to do meal prep. And meal prep is always going to be on Saturday. And I'm going to prepare 3 meals a day for 7 days, which means that I'm preparing 21 meal preps to have in my refrigerator to make it easier for my time so that I can grab one and move forward. Specific, clear, focused. This is exactly what I am going to do to make this goal work. The goal is to lose weight. Meal prep is part of that goal.
So you can't just say, I'm going to do better?
No.
This year I'm going to do
better. You can, but it's not.
This year I'm going to do better.
Because we always say I'm going to do better. How many times have we said that? Look, Adrienne, how long have you been knowing me? You've been knowing me for quite a few years now. I think every year I say I'm going to do better. I think I say it every year. Every year I say I'm going to do better. Every year I say I'm going to move forward. Every year, as you know.
And what does it mean?
But what does it mean? What does I'm going to do better actually mean? That is the part that we really have to start looking at. What does I'm going to do better actually mean? Because I'm going to do better could mean something different to someone else.
I'm going to write more. You're going to write more what? What are you going to write more what? What is the end of the write more?
Exactly.
Are you writing a book? Are you finishing your book? Are you getting better at organization? Or I'm going to be more organized in my desk, in my office, in my home?
Right. What does it actually mean?
What does it mean?
Because a lot of us are going to do better. But better doesn't have anything specific about it. It doesn't say better at what. I remember when I first went to Adrienne's session on setting goals, she said, Lydia, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to do a women's live. I got a platform. I started. And I'm kind of doing it. And she said, kind of doing it when? And I said, on some Saturdays. And she said, on some Saturdays when? Because this is how Adrienne talks in her session, y'all. She said, on some Saturdays when? And I said, maybe once a month on a Saturday. not sure when yet, but it's going to be, that's how I'm going to do it. So she was like, no, set a date now.
Because you have to.
Right.
Because you have
so I had
to
set a date. I had to set a date, y'all, because I was sitting there and I was feeling good about myself because I had my vision board together. I was like, yes. And she just kind of went through like your teacher with your red mark, when. Her answer on everything was when. And then when you said when, how? Like, okay, I guess I didn't really think this all the way through, but thank you.
Because
but
when
it's a
we
good
think
thing
about it, when we all of this stuff, this nice stuff, I thought about the visions of, was it sugar plums dancing in our head? They're always just dancing. They don't ever come into our life because they're
right.
dancing. So we've got to be
Always.
specific about what sugar plums I want. Do
Yep.
I want the purple ones? Do I want the red ones? Are they coming from the Giant? Are they coming from Wegmans? Are they in season? You've got to be specific so that you can
Yes.
get what you're saying.
Yep. So specific. That is our first part of SMART goals, is being specific. Gonna move to the next one now. Measurable. Oh, this is another one. Let me tell you. I'm gonna let Adrienne take this one because this is the one where she kind of she opened my eyes. So I hope that she opens your eyes that she talks about this one.
So as you measure it, what does it look like? So if you said, I am going to finish my book that I started 5 years ago, this is for somebody. If you said that, right? I'm going to finish my book. When? Not this year, because that gives you to December the 31st, and then you're going to take it into 2027. We're not going to do that. When will you finish it? Are you going to finish your book by March the 30th? Are you going to finish it by April 15th so that you can publish it by April 30th? What does it look like? You've got to be able to measure it, because if you don't measure it, you can't track it. And if you don't track it, it doesn't happen. That's why I tied with Lydia said, I'll ask you when. Because when you do that, you know, in the by, the church folks used to say in the by and by, you know,
sweet by and by.
In the by and by, we're not doing the by and by. We're going to set a date so that you can hold yourself accountable. And if you have an accountability partner, they can hold you accountable. Okay, you said you were going to finish this book by March the 30th. What did you write today?
Right.
Where are we this week? Because once you're doing these goals, they're going to have some timelines for them. They're going to be, what am I doing this week? What am I doing next week? What am I completing this month? For my book, what am I completing in February? Right? What am I going to complete by this? Everything has a timeline. When am I going to look into self-publishing? If I'm publishing, am I going to get a publisher? What does that cost? What does this look? You're going to put down dates for everything so that it's measurable, so that you can track it, so that it will happen.
Yeah. Because one of the things that we do is said, I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, so my accountability partner, her name is LA. She's on here with us. And she'll say, Lydia, prime example, a few days ago, she said, how are we doing with our conference venue? Because we wanted to try to move into the city this year. And she said, did you reach out to this person? And I said, yeah, they haven't gotten back to me yet. Da, 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 da. And she said, well, did you call this place? And I said, yeah, but something was going on. And so she's like, so we haven't really talked to anyone yet.
You're like,
and I'm like, well, but I tried, right? You know, because that's what we say, I tried. The thing is, I'm doing better, I tried, okay? But to check the box off, it has to be completed.
Done.
It has to be done. And so we know that the conference is coming in October, and we know that the venue has to be solidified yesterday. Because we have a year to plan this whole conference, and the venue is a major part of it. Right. So now I called on Friday. I did not get through. Monday is a holiday. On Tuesday, I won't get off the phone until someone comes on the phone at the venue that I want and talk to me. You know, because there is a goal. The goal is that this year's conference will be in the city and not in the county. I love the county. I love the venue that we use in the county. Don't get me wrong. It is amazing. But if I can get a city venue, then I know that I'm in a place where more people can attend.
Yeah.
So my goal has to be to find a city venue, right?
Right.
And that
Right.
means that I have to do something different. But
Mhm.
it still has to be measured.
Right.
A lot of times we don't want to measure. We just want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna get there," and then we look up in this June and nothing has happened.
And you know
And
why
we're
that
going,
is?
oh, start over. Go ahead, Adrienne.
That allows us excuses, and it allows us to stay in our comfort zone, because it's easy to say, well, I tried. No, 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 no. You have a date. It has to be accomplished by the date. When you work for 2 weeks and you get paid on that Friday, you don't give them the option to say, well, it's coming.
No, you don't.
Because when you check your account or you go in the office to pick up the stub, it better be there. It's
Yes.
not optional. Whatever date they said it was going to happen, whatever your pay date is, you're expecting it on that date. Make that same expectation for the goals that you set.
Yes, 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 yes. And that is one of the majors for us because we don't set expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That is major for our SMART goals. We will say, I have this goal, I have that goal, but we don't expect anything of it. It's just what we said.
Right.
So we never get to it. I'm gonna go to the next one because I want to stay on schedule today, Adrienne, because we'll look up and it'll be time for us to go. And people didn't get all of the goals in. Achievable. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. Not really. Achievable, realistic, and attainable. Challenges you, but not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said I was listening to a podcast the other day, and someone said, you going to the moon is an impossible thing. I want to challenge that thought. Going to the moon is not an impossible thing if you plan properly. You go through the steps of becoming an astronaut, to get on the crew, to go to the moon, right? So it's not an impossible thing. Nothing is impossible if you plan properly.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So they talk about attainable and realistic. If you are in the field of of being an astronaut, are you in a field that science field, then you going to the moon can be very realistic and very attainable.
That's right.
If you are in the field of teacher and you say you want to be a principal, that is a very realistic, attainable goal. Goal. So when it says realistic and attainable, I want you to understand that anything can be realistic if you plan properly.
Correct.
Now, if you say I want to be a cartoon, that might not be realistic.
Well, with AI.
Help me, Adrienne. Okay, there you go. See, there you go. See, because I'm trying to think of what could not be a realistic goal. I'm like, maybe if I say I want to be a car, I can't be a car. Right. I don't think I can ever be a car. But
or look at achievable. I want to lose 100 pounds, right? And my timetable is 2 weeks. Well, unless I'm going to cut off all of the fat from all my little problem areas, that's not achievable. That's not realistic, right? So it has to be something that's achievable. I can lose 100 pounds, but when I get into setting the timetables, it has to be realistic, and we'll get to that one. But it is achievable. I can lose weight.
I can lose it. I
can lose those 10 pounds. I can lose the 15 pounds. It's achievable.
Yes. So, achievable. Let's see. We are 35 minutes in and we're doing pretty good. All right. The next one is relevant. Oh. Adrienne talked about this at the beginning, so I'm going to toss this one right back to her.
So I was thinking, and I did in my little notes, what's relevant, what's personal to you, right? Because I could weigh 400 pounds and somebody can tell me all the time, you need to lose weight. You need to lose weight. You're too fat. And I think I'm nice, fluffy, and sexy. You can tell me all day I need to lose weight, and I can set a goal to lose weight for you. But if it's
Right.
not in my heart, it ain't going to happen. If I don't see the need, if it's not relevant and personal to me, it's not going to happen. So stop setting goals according to what people say. Well, this should be your year to do this. And this should be, that sounds good. And I appreciate your feedback, but I ain't feeling it. It's not aligning to what I feel and who I am. So that ain't going to be my goal, because I'm not going to set me up for failure. You talked about setting yourself up for failure. I'm not going to establish a goal that's not aligned with what I want so that I can blow it. And then I'm going to feel bad because I missed it. Well, no, I missed it because it wasn't me. It wasn't for me. It was you telling me what you thought I should do. And we know there's wisdom and there's safety in counsel, right? But we also know there's alignment. There are some things that people are not going to understand because God told you. And you got to be clear.
Exactly. And it's major because a lot of times I think I went forward before I was supposed to. Yep, I did. A lot of times what happens is when you do something for someone else and it's really not for you, you don't maintain it.
Yep.
You don't maintain it. So you start losing weight because your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever it is says, I would like you better smaller. But if you don't like you better smaller, then it's a short-lived attempt. So you really, really have to like yourself. You really, really have to set the goal because it's something that you want. You know, this year, my goal is to focus on me more. A lot of times, hey, my sister Shamila, a lot of times we don't focus on ourselves enough. So when we make goals, we are not making goals for ourselves. We make goals for our churches. We make goals for our jobs. We make goals for our children. We make goals for our significant others, but we don't make goals to make us feel better. We don't make goals to make us want to do something different. So why am I making a goal? When I begin to make a goal for me, one of the goals for me is to be healthier. So I did things to be healthier. Now I have to do things to maintain that healthiness, right? But that's for me. Why am I making that goal? Because I want to see my teenage daughter become an adult and have children and be around. We have to know the why for us. Why is it? It says matters to you. Why does this goal matter to you? What is the importance of this goal for you? Not everybody else, but for you. How does it align with what you want to do? Who you are. Adrienne said it earlier. How does it align with who you are? Because if you haven't made this goal for you, you won't maintain it. No matter how much you want to.
Right. But you'll get all the guilt that comes associated with not making the goal.
Absolutely.
That actually becomes yours because now you're beating yourself up because you didn't keep a goal that wasn't aligned to who you were in the first place. There was somebody else's suggested goal for you, but you keep all that guilt on you. Let it go. Start off not even doing that so that you're not dealing with those consequences.
But look, we put the guilt on us, and this is the thing that is so funny about us taking that guilt on. So we take on the guilt, and then what happens is the reversal of what we were trying to do.
Absolutely.
It's so amazing to me because as I'm getting older, I'm beginning to understand that as you take on the guilt, now you're carrying another weight, and then you're pacifying the weight you're carrying. So now you're doing other things that's totally reversing what the whole idea was in the beginning.
So you're really not going to accomplish it.
So you're really not. I'm getting bigger and bigger. I'm eating more and more because I'm guilt eating now.
I'm guilt eating,
I'm
right?
I'm guilt eating now. I'm guilt eating
Why
now.
don't I just self-sabotage? Yeah, why don't we just do that?
You know, I'm never going to finish school now because I wasn't doing it for me. So now I'm never going to finish school. And now I put all these other things in front of it that I could have said, this is where I have the time to finish school. Now I'm running the kids here. I'm doing this. I'm going out to take somebody somewhere that ain't got nothing to do with me, but I'm being a good Samaritan when it's not what I'm supposed to do. But I feel better because I'm guilty that I didn't do what I said I was going to do because I told somebody else I was going to do.
Yep. Vicious cycle.
Vicious
that you can
cycle.
avoid.
And it takes us down.
That you can avoid if you do what's in alignment with who you are.
Exactly. So please make sure that the goal aligns with you for
Yeah.
real. And that one's big for me because I'm still learning that one, because sometimes I'm still there, Adrienne, where it's like, oh well, everybody, and I have to remember, what did you
No
need?
is a complete sentence.
No is no is a complete sentence. Yes, ma'am. Oh yes, yes, yes. Time bound is our next one. Time bound. Set a deadline.
Mhm.
Set a deadline. Set a deadline. A deadline creates the urgency and focus. Set a deadline. I'm going to do this by this date. And the other part of setting a deadline by this date, set dates in between to this is where I check my progress.
Mhm. Mhm. You've got
Because
to have
sometimes
that
we set
plan.
deadlines and we don't, right. Sometimes we do deadlines and we don't do progress checks.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And progress checks, in school, because my daughter's in her last year, praise Jesus, of high school. She's going to college, but she's in her last year of high school. And I was thinking the other day, because what they do in school is you get a report card that tells you, that's basically telling you about your goal, but in between there you get a progress check.
Mhm.
And the progress check is where they say, okay, we're about mid quarter, and this is where you are. This is where you need to catch up to get to the goal you set for the quarter.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, if you're at your job, you have something a lot of times called one-on-ones, and that's where your supervisor or manager said, this is the goal. This is where you are. This is what you need to get there. How
Mhm.
many times do we sit down with our own goals and say, this is where we are, and this is how much more I need to do to get to my goal?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Where
something that I go ahead, Adrienne. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, where are we writing them? Are we
Right.
looking at them daily? You can set these SMART goals and they can be time bound, and we have a date. I'm going to finish this. We said that book by March the 30th. But if I don't even pick up wherever it's written until March 15th, I'm already behind the eight ball.
Exactly.
It's time bound with a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So we said March 30th, but we're going to have small incremental steps that's going to get us to that March 30th time frame. We're going to have dates in between, right? You need a planner. You need to write it down somewhere. It needs to be on your iPad, your computer, your phone, somewhere. Your projects
Yep.
need to be listed. If I would do selfless, shameless, what is it? Selfless, shameless promotion, you could get my planner that I have on my stand store, but that's another,
Yes. No,
that's
we
another
like
story.
shameless promotions here. We do those all the time. We were gonna do some at the end anyway. I already had it in mind that we were gonna do some shameless promotions today. Look, because we're gonna do
But
that.
you need
Why?
a planner. You need to write that
Exactly.
down somewhere with your timelines so that you're checking it off. Oh my goodness, I said I was going to do this. I have weeks where, and I have to tell on myself, where I will set them out. I'll set up my Sunday evenings for my whole week. And then by Wednesday, I haven't looked at it. So whatever was on Monday and Tuesday, I'm now behind. And if I go the whole week, all my deadlines are now a week off because I didn't look at it. So we've got to have the deadline, we've got to have a timeline, but we also got to look at it.
Yep. And that's major for all of us. Like, if we don't plan, if we don't, what is it? If we don't plan to fail, if we plan to fail, no. If
If
we
we don't
fail to
plan,
plan,
right.
then we plan then we plan to fail. Always get the statement all twisted up in my
Me
tongue.
too.
But if we fail to plan, then we plan to fail.
Yes.
That's really it. And
Yes.
so we have to really, 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 guys, look, this year is different for us. And when we make the conscious decision to say that it's different and then begin to move different and then begin to work different, then we begin to see different. Right? Some of us are in our 40s, some of us are in our 50s. Time doesn't wait for us. So
Right.
we have to begin to plan so that we get the most out of the time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And a lot of times we're not getting the most out of our time because we're not planning it. We're
Right.
just flying by the seat of our pants and being reactive. And the reactive doesn't get us anywhere except for at the end of the year saying what we did not complete.
Right.
Aren't you tired of saying what you didn't complete? Last
Ah.
year, I planned to do. Last year, I was going to go on vacation. Last year, let's say we did it this year. Can we
How
move to
about it?
saying this year I went on vacation? This year I started school. This year, let's start saying what we did do and stop looking at the regrets of what we didn't do.
Yes. Yes.
Because that's what it turns into. It all turns into our regrets of I meant to, I planned to, I was going to.
Been to, getting ready to,
Getting ready
gonna,
to, fitting to. Yeah, fitting to is my favorite. Fitting to.
fitting to.
I
Fitting
was
to ain't
fitting to
never finished nothing.
They never finished Jack, but yes, we really, and this is for us, guys. This is for us, especially, we're on the Lioness Den right now. And ladies, we let everybody else's priority get in line in front of ours. Everybody. Everybody. Look, let's be honest. It's not one or two, it's everybody, from the kids to the husband to the I don't have anything against church, y'all, because I go to church. I'm a committed church person. But from the kids to the husband to the church to the this to the that, everybody goes before us. And I said the church because the church is full of us. And most of the time, we, not the church, we take the church and put the church in front of the things that we know we're supposed to do. And we miss the mark by saying we are chasing after God. Okay, I just want to tell you, God never told you to neglect yourself to chase after him.
Can I say this? The hardest people I've ever coached are church folk. I'm a minister. I was called to the ministry at age 19, and she said 40s and 50s. Well, I'm over here in my 60s. She forgot my segment. So I've been in it for a long time. But when I ask a woman, what are her goals? What are her dreams? I just want to bless the Lord. Okay, how? But I just want to do his work. What work? What is it? He gave you more than just wanting to be at the church and bless the church. That's an honorable thing. Oh my God, I want to be a blessing to the church, to the ministry, to the body of Christ. But he also gave you something personally to do.
Right. Shamila said we miss the mark, and we do. Trying to get to the mark, we miss it.
Right.
We so busy running for a mark that we miss it because we forget that he wants us to live.
Right.
Right. And that's the one thing that I really want to impress upon us, ladies, gentlemen, whoever is listening. This year, find you.
Find you.
Find you this year. A lot of us have lost us trying to find God. And God said, I'm right here, but you ain't found you. Find you this year, and I promise you, you'll find God. And I'm not going to get into a whole message and all of that, but I really want us to begin to understand, because a lot of us, especially females, we are the prime people who do this. We will sacrifice, and then wonder what happened.
Right.
What happened to me? Because when I was 18, I was on it. When I was 19, I was on it. When I was 20, I was on it. Now I'm 45 and I never reached a goal. Now I'm 55 and I never reached a goal. Now I'm 65 and I never reached a goal.
Jesus.
This is your year. Yes, Shamila. My sister is on here. She's talking it up. This is your year. It really is. Guys, you really have to find you, because I promise you, no matter how much you're doing for everyone else, you are no good to you if you haven't done something for you. Yeah. And we have given our lives to the kids. Look, I know I'm a mom. I told y'all my kids going to college this year. So we're giving our lives to the kids, and then we become empty nesters and don't know what to do. Unlike my girlfriend Cree, who is very prepared to be an empty nester. She has planned this out. I look, I wish I was as organized as she is. But for real, guys, like there is so much that goes into this. And as women, what happens is we find ourselves as empty nesters. We find ourselves as wives who don't know their husbands because we have put all the time into the children. We find ourselves in all of these places where, oh, I plan to have my degree by now, but I became a mom and I never did it. Hey, start planning for you.
Yeah.
You plan to have your degree? Go get your degree. Begin to make that plan now. Get out there. Look, and you're getting it from somebody who's doing it while she's telling you. Yeah. I'm currently working on my degree, so I can say it to you. Hey, at this age, it's not the easiest, but I promise you that I am going to finish.
Yeah.
Because I'm checking in, and I'm trying to do the work. Yeah. Because that's it. It's the work. Our slide said smart versus not smart. Okay. Because we do a lot of things.
Can I say something real quick?
Please.
So before we came on air, I started to tell her, I was sharing with Lydia that my whole business there's a shift this year. But we were up against the clock, so I didn't get to share it. So the shift is the becoming movement. Women, you were right on it. Women re-becoming who they were created to be before life happened.
Yes.
Find her.
Find her. Reclaim your power.
Yes.
Because a lot of us have given our power away. That's why our SMART goals are not working, because we feel powerless.
That's right.
But we really want to do this SMART versus non-SMART, because what happens is we'll jump back into it. And I know, because I've jumped back into it. Let me tell y'all, I said I was going back to school, and I have been back to school 5 times before I actually got my associate's degree. 5 times. I went back to school 5 times before I actually went through with getting my associate's degree. How many things have you said you're going to do, and you've gone back so many times so you just feel like it ain't even worth it?
Right.
But I will tell you the difference in those 5 times and this last time when I actually accomplished it. SMART versus not SMART.
Yeah.
Not SMART just says, I'm going back to school. Not SMART just said, I'm running out there and doing it. Not SMART just said, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like it now. Where SMART says, now I'm in this. Now I have to plan. So I work a few extra hours so that I can go to school in the middle of the day. So I work few hours at the end of the day. So I'm working evenings now. SMART says, now I have to plan my day. I can't just jump up and do. I have to make sure that I'm scheduled to do. Hey, Jessica. SMART says that I have to count up the cost. What is this going to cost me? Right? But that's what SMART versus non-SMART. So you say, I've done this 1,000,000 times. Yeah, but did you plan it 1,000,000 times?
Right.
I've done this 1,000,000 times, but did you take the time to make sure that everything was in order? Did you do progress checks on what you're doing?
Right.
Did you get an accountability partner? What did you do different to make sure that you achieved this goal this time when you didn't last time? What are you doing different? Because that difference is going to make the difference.
Yes. The intentional act. The intentional act is going to bring intentional success.
Exactly.
Right? It's going to bring predictable success. With that intentional act is going to bring predictable success. You'll make it happen.
Exactly. Ladies, I and gentlemen, because sometimes there are gentlemen here too. And we invite you guys to join. The Lioness Den is coming back, so we will have something specifically for you soon. But we invite you to join us too, because this information is not just female driven, even though we cater to our sisters. So activities. And Adrienne, this is usually where she turns and says, hey, we're going to take a break because we're going to do these things. But activities, this is what I want you to work on as you go through the rest of today and tomorrow. I'm giving you the time. Monday, I'm going to wait till Monday. Monday is a holiday, so you have time to write this down. Activity, write your SMART goals. And you only need to choose one area. I'm not asking you to choose all the areas. Take one of these on the list. We have five. We have what? Five, six, five here. You have personal, career, health, financial, academic. Pick something and write your goal and write it out. Put times on it, when you want to do it, when you want it done, and how you plan to get it done. And then I encourage you to take your phone, because this is what I do. This is how I got through the associate's degree, and put it in your calendar, and make sure that your calendar has those reminders where it comes up on your phone. Have you done this today? Look, I still get them. I'm in school again, and every week I have my assignments are due on Thursday and Sunday. So on Wednesdays, have you worked on your homework? It's due tomorrow. And then throughout the day on Wednesday, it happens about 3 or 4 times. It comes up. Then on Thursday, it goes homework due 11:59. And that happens all day. Why am I doing this? Because I need to remind myself not to get caught up somewhere else doing something else, because my homework is due today. I have messages that's coming up on my phone that's saying your homework, because it's 2 days homework is due, Thursday and Sunday. Homework due Sunday, 11:59. I know that. Now, and I started working on it because I told you I had those reminders coming in my phone all week. So I've already been working on this homework that's due tomorrow night. This is what you have to do when you write these goals. It's not just write it down and walk away. Write it down. Adrienne said, make sure it's before you. With her, when I did Adrienne's session, I had a board. I still have that board, Adrienne, by the way. I still have that board. I have built on that board. I still have that board. But I put it on the wall. I could see it. She said, put this on your wall when you're somewhere that when you get up in the morning, you can see it. If you need to make a vision board, make your vision board, but put it somewhere you can see it.
Right.
You know, it is important. I'm sitting at my desk right now. One of the things I had decided for this year is that I was going to do affirmations. So I purchased Adrienne's affirmation book. I want y'all to be able to see. I purchased a book. Right? It was a digital book. I printed it out. Right? And I printed it out, and it's on my desk because I work from home now. So it's on my desk. So in the morning when I'm sitting here, I take these pages and I go through and I read these affirmations. Why? Because it's what I'm trying to do this year to encourage myself.
Yes.
And sometimes we have to do different things to encourage ourselves. Look, I want y'all to see this. Let me see, make sure I can get it right there where y'all can see it so you can go and get this. Unapologetic. I want you to get this because it's really, really good. It's digital. She made it a digital book. You don't even have to get the book in the mail. You just download it. You get the book. It's right there. And you can read it in, the digital form. For me, I'm a little bit old. I like having paper in my hand sometimes. So I printed it out.
Yeah.
So I encourage you, do something like that. I have a self-care book. Get a self-care book. Do something for you this year. Make it your goal that you become a priority.
Yes.
Make it your goal. Let me see. Jessica said, I have this for my academic school year. My assignments on Monday. Yes, Jessica, same thing. I'm with you. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We are moving forward. We're getting it together because we have a goal that we are going to reach. And first thing is prioritizing us to get there. Adrienne, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
That's okay, but it's fine because you know what? Once you prioritize you, the energy and the momentum, you'll now be ministering everybody else benefits. Yes. So those things you wanted to do for others, you're doing from the extra. It's from the, you know how your cup runneth over? You're doing it from the saucer, right? You're not trying to fill from an empty cup. They're getting the overflow, but you got to do it you first.
Yep.
And then all that other stuff happens. Because you now have the momentum, the energy, the creativity, the degrees, the books, all the things that you want, that you're called to do. You're now doing them. And so others are blessed because you blessed you first.
Yep.
Isn't that what they tell you on the airline?
Yeah,
look. Tell you, put the oxygen on you first, because you can't help nobody when you're out of alignment.
Yep. Absolutely. And that is the whole point, guys. Ladies, I can't express enough how much we have to choose us this year to move forward. We have to choose us in our goals and our plans. We have to choose us. I want to give these quick reflections because we are there, Adrienne.
We're over
How
there.
reflection. How does this goal feel? What is one action step you will take this week? So as you're writing that kind of home assignment that I left with you, I want you to reflect as you do it. How does it feel? Does this feel like me? Does this align with who I am? And what steps am I taking to make sure that I'm getting to that goal this week? And because we're there, I'm gonna go into the last slide real quick, Adrienne. And the closing thought: a goal without a plan is just a wish.
Yeah.
Guys, if you are not planning to do this, you are just wishing and hoping, but not moving. We have to move forward to get something done. We got to move. Movement is how we do things. If you're sitting still in the same seat you sat in 2020, 2015, 2010, I encourage you to get out of that seat today and do something different. Because that's the only way to get to your goal. Hey, Jessica, thank you for stopping in. That's the only way for you to get to your goal is to do it. Shamila, I refuse to wish too. Girl, I'm going to get something done this year. I promise you it's going to happen. I won't let go. I'm not going to just wish. I'm going to see it happen. There's a song that says, you're going to live to see it happen. I'm going to live to see it happen, honey. I'm going to live to see it happen.
That's right.
I encourage you to live to see it happen.
Live to see it happen.
Before we leave, Adrienne, please, because Adrienne put up a few days ago her new planner. Do you have a copy of it with you?
No, it's all digital. It's on.
Oh, it's digital too. Oh, so when I get it, I have to print it out again.
Yeah, look, it's going to be, I'll do one for Amazon, but it's digital. Yeah. So you can find I've done a couple of series of the planners this year. A lot of my stuff, or most of those items, are on my Stand store. So you can find it on my site. Or you can go to a Stand store, probably Adrienne J. Hall, HOL. So you can find my stuff there. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, DT Dream Coach. I'm on TikTok. See some of my little videos I'm doing. But I'm here to help, and I love seeing women win.
And Adrienne is amazing, guys. Just so that you know, Adrienne is amazing. Follow her on DT Dream Coach, please. And she has Winning Wealth.
Women of Great Wealth on Facebook.
Women of Great Wealth. Yes. I was trying to get it right, Adrienne. Women of Great Wealth. So look, if you can't find DT Dream Coach, look for Women of Great Wealth.
Or just put my name in. It comes up in all of our little places. Yes,
Adrienne is there, and check out her reels on TikTok.
Can I interject? We are doing a vision board January 31st, so it's on my page. For those who need the next step, who needs me to hold your hand and help you guide you through that goal setting process with the alignment, check out the page, January 31st.
January 31st. Look, guys, vision board. Oh, see, that's what happens when you do it fast. You spell it with the wrong. January 31st, guys, please check it out. I will tell you that this is how I started. I went to Adrienne's vision board session, and it was amazing. Look, is it virtual this year, Adrienne?
It is.
So it's virtual. I did it virtual during the pandemic. Was my first time doing it. I did it virtual, and I will tell you, I was tremendously blessed. A lot of what you see today is the product of working with Adrienne Hollimon. She challenged me that day, and I have not stopped since. So please go over, check her out, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You will not be disappointed. Guys, Life Happens is coming back. I'm gonna tell y'all know it is. It's coming back this October the 24th. Stay tuned. The registration will be opening very soon. My plan was to have it open January 1, but as y'all know, I lost a lot of stuff. But I'm getting it back, or I'm recreating it because I did not have it backed up. Don't do that to yourself. So Life Happens is coming October the 24th this year, and our theme is power. Look, that is part of your goals, taking back your power this year. So if you join us, I don't even say if you want to join us because it's happening. Happening this year. I need you to get in the room and be a part of Life Happens. We still have Peace Talks out there. Peace Talks is a journal that will help you as you're along this peace journey. We are all on the journey. We are trying to make it there. It is available on Amazon and all of your book buying places. It will be digital this year. I worked on a digital copy to go on to Kindle. So please get Peace Talks. And this past year, I wrote Give Yourself Grace. This is our new book. It is already on Kindle. So you can get it on Amazon and all of those wonderful places. Get your copy today. Please get your copy today, because as you deal with your peace and as you give yourself grace, now let's reclaim our power.
Yes.
Okay. And so this year, we're going to talk about power. What's in your head, what's in your hand, what's in your mouth. It has to be in your head to come out your mouth to get into your hand. So I am ever so happy that you all have taken the time to join us today. Look, this will be on our page. It's on our YouTube channel, HDK Productions. If Facebook takes it down because we only get 30 days now, go over to YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube so you can watch it again, so you can take the notes if you didn't get all the notes you wanted today. But look, don't let this information get away from you, because this is your year. This is your year. This is your time. And I can't wait to see you walk in your power. Look, Adrienne, is there anything you want to say before we end this amazing live? Oh, my apostle is here. Thank you, apostle.
I just want to tell everybody, have a wonderful weekend and take your power back.
Take your power back. We will see you the third week in February for our Black History session. And I can't wait to see you at Life Happens this year. Have an amazing Saturday and have an amazing day. We love you so much. See you next time. Bye, everybody.